Hold up, y'all. I'm just playing around with this computer because I had to figure out how to maneuver this. Y'all, I had to add so much stuff on this computer. This is crazy. But I done got it done. Who in here with me? Say hello, say hello, say hello. I'm figuring it out, y'all. I told you I'm gonna figure some stuff out. Cause there's a lot of stuff I gotta do on my own. Hey, good times. How you doing, baby? I'm just vibing by myself right now. Look, I got this Mac computer, right? So, but it's not like, the regular computers. A lot of stuff, and it's crazy. It seems like a lot of stuff you should already be able to have or have in the app section. But I can't get with this cold, y'all. The cold part gone is this cold. But you have to add a lot of stuff. Like I had to add Chrome on here. But I needed to because I needed to change a lot of passwords and stuff. It was time. And in order for me to be able to go live on this computer, hey, Sting of the Black Scorpion, Happy New Year. So I got that part done. Now I'm able to go live on this computer because that's what I wanted to do instead of the other computer, go live on this computer and I can use that one to, whatever. So I got it to working, y'all. I ain't let it get the best of me. And guess what? We can't let things get the best of us. Mm-mm. You got to figure it out. It might take some time, but just be patient. Work with it. If you get frustrated, take a break and then go back to it. But I'm loving it. I got it down pat, y'all. All these lights on. Camera, turn that bathroom light out. So, hey, Shonda. Oh, y'all up, huh? Y'all hit that like button for me, please, if y'all don't mind. Y'all up. I'm talking about up. All right, then we up in here. Shoot, what y'all want to talk about? Late night vibes with Diamond Stone. Yes. Hey, make some ginger tea from fresh ginger. Just boil and drink. Also add pieces of ginger and eat it. Can add lemon and honey if you like. You know what? Do I got some ginger? I might. But if not, that's a good idea. I still need to make some tea. I do have some tea that will help this because it helped the other night. And I need it because I can't stand this, y'all. If this cough would just stop, it's just lingering on and everything else has been done, but this cough is still lingering. And that seems like that's the worst part. Everything else is okay. It's this cough. Oh my God. But yeah, y'all, I had to figure it out so I can be able to play around with the editing program and stuff. And I like this picture. Mm. This camera is better than the other camera. Way better. Matter of fact, I like it. I've been asleep. I watched the replay of your earlier live. Well, thank you for going back and watching it. Y'all gonna be seeing me more. I just had to get my schedule down pack and I've been kind of busy with my grandbaby and in meetings and lining up a whole lot of other different things, different content for this year. I got a lot of different projects that's going on and trying to put together my store, making sure that all of my merchandise is there and that I'm fully stocked before I actually open it up. Making sure I got all my labels and some other merchandise that I had to wait on. So I could make sure that it's fully stocked with different things. The Sip Sage and Manifest store. So yeah. Hey Lucille, baby. How you doing, my honey bunny? But so yeah, I've been like putting it off on working on this computer, trying to figure out how to put the YouTube on here because on here in the app for the apps, it doesn't have where you can just go and put the app in. You have to actually go to the Y'all know what I'm trying to say. And type it in, and then for it to pop up, and then do it and add all the other stuff. And the same thing for Facebook. It doesn't have that app. Now on my iPhone, I can do it. But you know, also when your store be brick and mortar or virtual, my store is gonna start off virtual. It's gonna start off virtual. And my mom, when she was here, we was talking about something different. Later on it'll probably be brick and mortar, but for right now, that's the way I want to kind of start it out until I get to where I want to really be and have the finances to be able to have an actual store. I already have the concept in my head of how I want it to look. My mom was talking about it, so I just have to find me a spot and then figure out exactly where I want it to be. I would be selling a lot of spiritual things, like I'll be having like the different teas, your stones, your crystals, like y'all know, y'all always see me wear my crystals and different things of that nature. I'll be carrying a whole lot of different stuff, like my tumblers, my t-shirts, some more other items, um, a lot of different stuff that I don't really want to say right now, but it'd be a lot of things that you will love and like and be able to use. And especially if you're on a spiritual journey, I'll be having a lot like things of that nature, like the sage, um, the different frankincense and myrrh, the incense that we love to burn that smells so good and that's so and listen, at the lady get the worst is coffee, y'all. And I'll be selling a lot of my brand merchandise as well. Um, Different things of that nature. I'm on my spiritual journey. I can't wait for you to start selling. I'm excited. You'll be able to also get my very own personalized spiritual baths that I will be creating myself. Um, Spiritual candles that I'll be creating myself as well. On my own candle line. Different things of that nature. I've really just been sitting back and just trying to take my time and see how I want to do it. And you know, a lot of the times we think we can't do things because we don't have the finances. Exactly. They have a lot of open spaces around here in Georgia, but I know you also have to consider financial aspects as well. Exactly. And yeah, so when I do um, open a space, I want to make sure that I can open that space and it be the space that I want it to be. Because I already have the concept in my head, which I know is going to manifest. Um, I'm sorry, y'all. It's going to manifest. So I'm going to take my time on that. So I'm going to start it out virtual and watch it grow from there. And then once it grows from there to where I really want it to, then I'm going to get my little spot. Do you have vapor rub to rub on your throat and chest? No, good times. And I'm tempted to leave out of here and go to maybe the I think the Quick Trip is maybe open, and and go get me some or either I'm gonna make some hot tea. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make me some hot tea. I'm gonna make some hot tea because this here is getting ridiculous. It's been going on and on. And my grandbaby, she's better. She's well, and I'm still the one dealing with this old nasty cough. I can't stand it. It seems like as it gets late in the night, that's when it gets worse. A humidifier, okay. I'll probably go grab one of those because I want to keep the air clean anyway. So more than likely, I'll probably grab one of those tomorrow. Mhm. I do. Anybody got any more questions y'all want to ask me? So, how is it going with your spiritual journey? I know a lot of times when you start your spiritual journey, the first phase of it, your awakening is Very, very much uncomfortable. It's scary. Um, it's uncomfortable because you be needing some answers. Are you still thinking about the group home? Indeed, I am. Indeed, I am. I am. There are a lot of things that I'm thinking about doing that. And that's why I'm trying to step my game up this year and a little bit more focused because I got my feet kind of wet and kind of know my way around a little bit more. So yeah, it is. It's tough. Okay, you got your babies. Okay, goodbye. Go play with them. There are so many grants for that. Yes, and I have a friend that once I kind of get everything together and in place and know step by step how I want to, go about it, um, she could help me, with getting those grants and, coming up with the proposals and stuff. But I want to make sure I got all of my T's crossed and all of my I's dotted. You know what I mean? But there's so much I want to do. I'm ready to make it really go all the way professional with it, with my brand. And that takes a lot of dedication. That takes a lot of perseverance and consistency, being consistent. And I know when I wanted to really do this at first, like start all this stuff, I wasn't ready. I thought I was, but I wasn't because I was still dealing with so much as well as grieving. And so I want to make sure that I'm in a very comfortable space mentally, physically, and emotionally. I'm new to it, and starting is scary. Um, Sting of the Black Scorpion is very, very scary. When I first started my awakening, oh my gosh. And usually it happens. I'm going to the nail shop tomorrow because this is horrible. Um, it's going to grow your business will be successful because you always put God first. Thank you so much, Lucia. Yes, He is indeed first. And I wait on the instructions and guidance from Him. And, I don't force things. When it's not time, it's just not time. And when He shows me it's not time, I bag up and say, okay, back to the drawing board. God, what is it that I'm missing? You have to put God first in everything you do, especially if you want to succeed. And even when you get into the position of your success and where things is being successful for you and working out for you and your finances are great and everything is all good and everything is rolling in the way you want it to, you still have to continuously put God first, remain humble, and check your ego. A lot of times when we get in that position of getting exactly what we want, we tend to forget the reasoning behind why we are being blessed with the abundance that God gives us. And we turn around and we start doing something else, and then we let our egos get in the way, and we forget all about the true plan of the vision, the dream itself. We get caught up with the notoriety or the financial part. So in anytime you're doing something, you need to make sure that it's not about the money. The reason you're doing it, you doing it because it's something that you love. It's something, it's a passion of yours. It's a purpose for you. And that's the reason you're doing it, because anytime you let your ego get in the way and it becomes about money and not about humanity, not about people, not about love, and not about giving back to your community or to to God's people, then you're in it for the wrong reasons and it's not going to work. It's going to crumble. It's going to crumble. Black Scorpion said, that's why I said when you get your store, maybe you could help me pick out the stuff I need. I definitely can. I could tell you some of the things you need now, but if you hang tight, I got you. There are some things that I will be having real soon that will help you on this journey. And even if you just need to talk to me, I'm gonna start setting up a time. Maybe if you're going through your spiritual journey, we can set up a time where we just have a conversation for those of you, because actually that's what sip sage and manifesting is really all about. I've been I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make me some tea in a minute. I've been I've been wait a minute, y'all. Hold up. Wait a minute. I'll get back to the other question in a minute. Because I might sometimes I get sidetracked, y'all. But hey, loving me, Tracy. Good times asked me, have you ever considered starting a foundation in your son's name? Absolutely. Yes. Um, yes. Yes, indeed I have. And I'm so excited about it. And that's part of I'm sorry, y'all. I might not I ain't gonna be able to stay on here too much longer because I don't want to keep on coughing. I don't want to keep on coughing. Oh my goodness. Y'all hold up. Yes, I want to honor my son's name in a very positive manner and have something that's going to go on and on and on, that they would know about my son. His daughter would know, his name going to forever be ringing, because he was an awesome young man. Um, Even when he was here, he made a great impact on the people that he met, the people that he even brought into my life. He brought a lot of young people into my life. Like I said, y'all see, I have a lot of children. I know I did not give birth to those kids, but they are my babies. And you know, um, that's why it's so important for me to make sure that I do what's right and carry myself in a manner, um, because they are watching me. You know, I have a responsibility, and that's what you do when you've been chosen as a to lead others. You have a responsibility to make sure that you're doing it absolutely, the right way, in the correct way. Oh yes. So yes, Sting of the Black Scorpion. There, when I first started my spiritual journey, usually it happens when you lose someone very, very, very close to you. And for me, I started noticing it after my father passed away. That's when it became very prevalent that I was in a I was a transformation. Um, my transformation began. But really, I think it started long before that, because before that, I was going through so many things that I didn't even understand. But I was going through so many things. And so, with me being able to overcome that, and I think you have to be brought all the way down, stripped all the way down to your lowest point. And I think that's God's way of just stripping you of everything that you thought you knew, because with this new journey and transformation, you have to you have to release the old you, because it's a whole new person. All you just forming into a new person. Your beliefs are different. You got to change the way you used to think. You got to change your perception. And a lot of people sometimes, that's just like people will go and do certain things like get a haircut or whatever, but it looks good. But what have you done on the inside? So it's God stripping you of all of that, and He's recreating you. So therefore, um, you start to the when you're in those real rough situations, that's when you start to be you see things, you start to see things, and you start to perceive things differently than others. You see things that other people don't see, and your understanding for that is totally different. Exactly. I lost it. That's part of you know what? See, this is what Sip Sage and Manifest is really all about. And this is what I usually supposed to be talking about this because that's how I started out talking about my journey and what it was like because I was actually going through it at that time when I started Sip Sage and Manifest. And like I said, usually is when you lose somebody very, very close to you, very close to you, very important to you in your life. And then the other process is you lose everything. When I say you lose everything, you lose everything. Everything. I lost everything, y'all. Um, and then that's when I started to pick up on stuff. And me and my brother would have talks, and I would tell him about the things that I was experiencing. You know, I've never lived alone in my life, and I'm 63. I've lived alone for the past year or so, and I think that's when I started changing. Yes. And a lot of times it does require separation because at one point I was living with someone, but that wasn't working. And I needed to be by myself to fully understand and to fully grasp what I was really going through. And I began to understand. And at first, it was so scary. When I tell you it was so uncomfortable, it is the most uncomfortable phase there is. The beginning, and I think it's like two difficult phases. I'm not sure. Spiritual journeys are so important. Some people don't understand that spirituality and religion are two different things. They are two different things, honey. Although they both can be intertwined, spirituality is whatever brings you peace. So true. And I tell people a lot of times, I'm not religious. I'm spiritual. You know. That's why I laugh when I get these people that come on and do you even belong to a church? Yeah, I used to belong to one. I still will go to one, but that's not where God is. That's not. He's in you. And you got so many people in the church that are hypocritical, like the ones that be them same ones that's in your inbox, I mean, or on your comments, um, bullying people, harassing people, um, all for the hypocrisy that they stand for, um, judgmental, um, just really evil. But they look at you like you've done something wrong and you haven't. When they are the people, they need to analyze themselves and take a good look at themselves because they are not perfect and they are the epitome of what is wrong. So how can you even say anything to me? Diamond, I don't even sleep in my bedroom. I sleep on. Oh, Sting of the Black Scorpion, honey. I don't know. You know what? I want to do a study to see because, honey, I moved out of my when I was going through my spiritual journey. I did not sleep in my bedroom. Guess where I slept at? On my sofa. I did on my sofa. I don't know. And there was a lot of things happened on that sofa that I went through. I slept on my sofa and it was like, at first I didn't understand it, but that's where I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what that was all about. And that's when I would have a lot of, I've always had my dreams because that's how God deals with me. Um, um, that's how my anointing is with my prophetic dreams. I have prophetic dreams. And And that's when I knew the first time when my son was about to be hurt. Okay. Um, and it wasn't, a good thing, but I knew he was going to live through that or whatever. It is more comfortable. You just right there, and you don't even want nobody to bother you. And it's like a peace. It is like a peace and it's a comfort. And that's where you're gonna be. But that will change. That will change. That will change. And then when I learned um not to be afraid of the change, that it was okay, that I wasn't tripping, that I wasn't going excuse me, that I wasn't going crazy, that this was part of the process. I calmed down, and I was just more so in awe of what was being revealed to me, more so what was being revealed to me. I was in awe. Um, hmm. Sting of the Black Scorpion, do you get like do you see a lot of repetitious numbers like on the clock? You might see 1111 every time you look at it, or 444, 333. Do you even do, do you get any of that? Y'all, I'm so sorry. Do you get any of that? And while I'm waiting on your answer, yes, I would rather be spiritual than religious any day. Religious people, they are so judgmental and are the worst ones ever, and they got so much, they got more sin going on than a little bit. Spiritual people are more awakened. They are more awakened. No apologies, just cough if you have to. Okay, y'all okay with me doing this coughing? Okay. Okay. You know, spiritual people have they are really beginning to be in tune with the universe and the world and what's really going on in their higher power, which is God and everything else around them. Um, you begin to see, and did you try to not? And did you try not to cry? Because if you started, you thought you would never stop. Ooh, honey, I cried a lot. I called my mama one time, and my brother said, "Girl, you gonna be all right." And I was like, "Mm-mm, I am not gonna be all right." And I said, "I am not safe." But she didn't think I was going crazy though. My brother said, "No, baby, you gonna be just fine." And when you have a gift, it's even more heightened, and that's even more uncomfortable. But the good thing about it, there were people that were led to me that that helped me through the hard phase. And that was something that I wanted to do, to be able to help others through the hard phases, through the difficult part. The other parts you can kind of maneuver through. Then things will happen. Like, I lost my son. And it was at that moment that I knew I was going to be okay, you know, um, because before then, I wouldn't have made it, y'all. Y'all would not be seeing, I would not be sitting here talking to you all. I would have really went left field, like out of it, you know. When my son was stabbed, um, that did something to me. And I was praying, and I was telling God, please don't do that right now. Please. Not like, please. Mm-mm. That was just like a bad nightmare, y'all. And I knew that I couldn't take no more. I couldn't take that on top of whatever, all the other things that I was going through. I knew I couldn't handle it. And, he didn't take it. And I was so grateful for that. I was. And I got a little more time to spend with my son and to, get some understanding about a lot of other things. You know, my son, he's a middle child. He was spoiled and thought he was entitled. And he was used to being the baby till I had my other son, which is the baby. But um there would be times when I was just, but he was so intelligent. He was so smart, and oh my God, he was. Help me, please. I got you, girl. I got you. I got you. Um, we would talk about so many deep spiritual things because he was trying to understand, and I never made him choose anything. I was, I would give him what I knew, my knowledge, and I knew how I brought them up. and we would just talk about different stuff and different ways. And he would come back and he would tell me, he would ask me, do you know what this means, or do you know what that means? He enlightened me on a lot of things. So in a sense, he was also preparing me and giving me tools to use on my spiritual awakening. And come to think of it, I think that's what he was going through. And so he was at peace with, look, hey mom, I'm not going to be here too much longer, you know. He knew that, and he was at peace with that, you know, because he knows it's something way better than here. Because one thing my son is was a fighter to the end, you know. Definitely that. And for him to have sustained what he did, he was still holding on. When we got to that hospital and they didn't want me to see my baby, he was still fighting for his life. He was still hanging in there. He was still hanging. When he arrived at the hospital, he was still alive. He was still living. And usually I would just pray, 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 and like, God, no, don't. And it was the same way with my brother. Those were some situations that at that time I didn't want to take that away. I didn't want to be selfish for my own selfish reasons of not wanting to lose them or not wanting to be without them. I needed for it to be their choice. And I said, God, whatever your will is, let me be able to handle that. My brother was ready to leave this world. He said it, you know, and he was trying to prepare me because he know that I would just be so heartbroken without him. That was my best friend, and I miss him, you know, and we were very close. My son, the same thing, you know. Um, but we have to learn to respect their wishes of they've already made peace with themselves. They've made peace with everything on this earth, and they've done what they came to do. And now it's their time is up, and it's time for them to leave. It's no, you know, and they're okay with that. They're not afraid. And so we have to respect that. And so I didn't want to intervene or interfere with that with my prayer, because God does hears my prayers and he answers them. And I didn't want to be selfish. You know, religious people, you can't tell them nothing. They think they know everything. That is so true. And with even like with my dad, you know, I said, hey dad, you've been hanging on a long time. I did not want to watch my dad suffer the way he was suffering. He was on, I want to say, 90 or 100% oxygen. My dad lived a wonderful, awesome life. I had a very great relationship with my dad. Um, I did not want to watch him suffer. And I said, hey, because there's been many times he got sick or then coded out. And I said, daddy, you ain't going. You gotta come back. I'd have prayed. I done been there when they called the code, and I know he was gone. But I was like, no, dad, you can't do this to me, you know. And I was the child that he was really more so worried about than anything, you know. And I knew once I let him know that, hey, dad, I'm a big girl. I'm gonna be okay. If you gotta get your rest, get your rest. Go home. I'm gonna be just fine. You know, I'll miss you. And I said, Dad, you've been a wonderful father, you know. Um, said everything I needed to say, you know, to him, and spent that time that I needed to spend with him. And and he was free to go. A lot of times our loved ones, they hang in there for us because they don't want us to hurt. And even in passing in their death, we still have to learn to let them go, because as long as they know we grieving so hard, it's hard for them to rest. This is just my opinion. It's hard for them to rest. And like when my with my brother, I told my mom and I said, hey, we gotta let go. We got to let them know that we are okay so he can go on, cross over, whatever it is that they do, and not linger around trying to make sure we okay and getting over it. We're okay. And when I told my mom that, I said, now he's at peace. You know, um, good time said, yes, I mean, we had to make that decision with our mom. So, yeah. Sting of the Black Scorpion said, sometimes you got to let them know that it's okay. I know you're tired. Yeah. And when I told my dad, you know, he didn't feel like, hey, I got to keep on fighting. I got to keep on suffering. He was at ease. I didn't want to take that. I didn't want to keep being selfish and like, oh God, please let my dad stay here. You know, I don't know what I'm gonna do without him. I couldn't be that selfish. That's selfish, and to want a person to continuously suffer through their sickness or their illness or whatever it is that they're going through. No, I don't want that. Mm-mm. So yeah, um, it's a lot of things that you can do, but more so, you just need to start doing a lot of find certain groups to get in, make sure they are the right groups because there are some other groups that aren't right. So when you're going through this, you have to be very, very careful to make sure that you're not entertaining things that are not of God. Okay. You have to make sure of that. Okay. Um, but you find people that's going through that, and I'm telling you, they helped me. I was trying to understand the synchronization of things. Like, what does this mean? Why do I keep seeing this? You get to see some amazing things, some things that will truly blow your mind. And if you're not a strong person, um, a spiritual person, you won't be able to handle that because somebody will freak you out. But that's when you know that your spiritual guides are real and your angels are real and that they do exist because they will show you. They will show you. They will definitely show you. Yeah, they will. And but that's what I'm gonna get back on because that's what the sip, we chilling. We're gonna sage, cleanse our space, keep your space cleansed. With that, I recommend you do meditation. Meditation for me started just a simple one, which was going on YouTube, finding meditational videos, which is it plays certain music because it'll help you sleep because you won't because I couldn't sleep, okay? Just because we don't want to hurt exactly. Um and it actually raises your vibration. You want to raise your vibration. You want to make sure your chakras are aligned because your chakras play a very important part in your spiritual healing, growth, all that's connected together. So if anything is out of whack, then it's not gonna connect. I don't know if you're understanding what I'm saying. So you need to raise your vibration. And that's what these frequencies, which is like sometimes it might be the water running up with some music. Um very calming, soothing music, but it's the frequency and it raises your vibration so that you can begin to understand and it clears you so that you can see your perception becomes more clearer. um and it keeps you from different spiritual attacks because usually along with that you have to be careful because sometimes you can we all go through spiritual and that within itself we'll talk about that on another time because we can go on and on with that. um Good Time said facts diamond during the process with my dad hospice explained that the person will not cross over for Specific reasons. My dad wouldn't go until my older sister got there, and he held them for days. My dad wouldn't go there, and I was the only one that was in out of state. And he said, "Don't worry, I'm gonna wait on you. Take your time, darling. I'm gonna wait on you." He did. And when I came, I was like, "I thought they said something wrong with you." I said, "I can't tell, Daddy. I thought you said you was sick. You just wanted to see me or something." But he indeed was. But I guess you know. And and then it seemed like he was doing fine. And I was like, I ain't gonna go home because if I go home, then they're gonna call me and say something happened. So I stayed, you know. And sure enough, on one of those days I walked in and I'm like, I looked at my dad and I'm like, mm, he already gone. Sometimes the person still be here, still heartbeat and everything, but they really be already gone. And I was doing a video, and, and in the video, my dad seemed a little bit dark, and I was like, "Wow!" I said, "My daddy gone already." I'm talking. Huh? I'm talking. You ready to go back to sleep? No. Yeah, you are. You going though? No, I'm going now. Okay, go get your babies. Do you have a white noise machine? Yeah, if she don't, she can, like I said, find the videos on YouTube. You can look up Reiki healing, you can look up chakra alignment, it's different things that you can look up, and it will do this. It's some people call that white noise or whatever, but that's what it's gonna do. It's gonna raise your vibration. And when you do that, and then you start to think, get I'm over there right now. Um and that's when and then I started to learn about manifesting things, speaking into existence and manifesting, and it works, y'all. It really really is true. It's true. And now it's time for me to set a whole new set of goals. You can also listen to guided meditation. Also, Alexa would do white noise for you. Yes, and will. And I like to incorporate the rain sounds or the Tibetan bowls with the running water. The Tibetan bowls is another thing. I actually have a Tibetan bowl, a small one. But the Tibetan bowls are great as well. Try that. You will love that. The Tibetan bowls with the running water. Look that up. You will love it. And it will put you right. It used to knock me right on out. And my dreams were even becoming more clearer. By me being such an anointed person, I knew that I would be heavily attacked, especially going through my spiritual awakening. I knew that I would be heavily attacked just because of the fact of the anointing that's on my life. And so I had to do a little bit extra, you know. So that's what helped me, like I said, God sent people in my life to actually guide me, and people that I could talk to that wouldn't think that, certain things that you say out of your mouth, they won't think that you need to go to the cuckoo place. They won't think that you're really losing it because they know that you're speaking true things. So yeah. Yeah, I'm serious. Good times. I'm so serious, like for real. I'm so glad I came back on here and talked to y'all. And y'all, look at that camera. Ain't that camera pretty, y'all? It sure look really good. Now I'm utilizing it. About time. So yeah. And like now, I'm gonna put that little girl back to bed because we got screwed up. Me and her both, our sleep patterns is all the way off. Camera is pretty, ain't it? It better be. This was one of my birthday gifts. And I love it. I actually love my birthday gift. And I'm putting it to use because this is one of the reasons why I wanted it. Wanted better quality and be able to do different things. She is talking so clearly now. Yeah, she getting big. So my baby getting tall. She is. but her sleeping habit is all crazy and jacked up. She has to take a nap, and it depends on what time she takes that nap. She's gonna get right back up before she actually take the bedtime sleep. That's just crazy. And we've been so off. We be up at 7 in the morning, honey, and then we go to sleep. And then we wake up in a few hours or whatever. But it's been my sleep pattern been so throwed. But I be up working. And I finally got this to working for me tonight. So that's awesome. It is. It's awesome. But I have truly enjoyed you all. Yep. Yes, I listen to the sounds of rain. Incorporate those the meditation videos that we were speaking on with your rain sounds. Girl, I'm telling you. Tell me about it tomorrow. Tell me about it tomorrow. You got Alexa. Let Alexa play the rain sound and turn the other one on your TV, the YouTube, and find the videos on your YouTube and incorporate them together. Girl, you're going to sleep like a baby and you're going to feel real refreshed and rejuvenated. Another thing, too, your diet plays an important part as well. Drink a lot of juice. Try to do a lot of fruits and vegetables and go for walks. Walks are very good. Try to make sure you're getting enough oxygen and you just gonna want to start doing different things. Get you a journal. Keep you a journal as well, okay? Um I love sitting by water and meditating and just let God minister to me and just think and all of that and just start taking notice of nature, the trees and what they're doing and just everything is just going to seem really different to you. But if you can get over this phase right here, you're going to be just fine. And I'm going to coach you through it just as with what I know and what I don't know. Hopefully we get more people that's more in tune of what we're talking about that is very enlightened and awake that can join us and give us the information that we don't know. That's the goal. Yes, I enjoyed you all. Thank y'all for joining me. And if you didn't hit the like button, please make sure you do. And I would definitely be seeing y'all again tomorrow. Hopefully early. I got a lot of things I gotta tend to, but I will come live. I probably do a morning one and because I got something I want to talk about again. Y'all know when I got through with that live, well, they've been reporting my lives anyway lately. Um, but that's not gonna stop me. People don't want to hear the truth. The only time they want to hear the truth is unless it's beneficial to them. But when it's not in their favor, you know, they don't want to hear that. And it's sad that you got people that will report your videos all because you don't agree or you speaking some facts, something that they don't want to hear. Sometimes uh the truth can be can be very unpleasant. And it is what it is. But in order to grow, you must be able to handle the truth and accept it. Because if you got this fake facade going on in your life, how can you really um elevate or make the changes that you need to make in order to be successful, in order to be at peace, in order to understand what's going on in your life and to be able to change your perception to really be the best you that you can be. Black Scorpion said, it looks like you are on TV. Do it. Baby, y'all, this computer costing up, so it better look like I'm on something. I love it though. I love this camera. They want to stop people by bullying, yes, and they can't bully me. And we're not gonna be bullied. This 2023, that's out the door and over with. We're gonna stand for we're gonna stand for the truth. Everybody is allowed to have freedom of speech and freedom of their thoughts. What you choose to do is on you, but you can't make nobody conform to your beliefs and to your standards. My perception is way different than yours. You know what I'm saying? What's the page? Yeah, I know because now I want to be a vegetarian. Okay. See, I went back to eating salads and trying to, walk, and I got to get back off into that. But I have my granddaughter, so I'm still putting things back in order, and like I need to, and just juggling a lot of stuff. But it's gonna be okay in a minute. Trust and believe that. Trust and believe that. Yeah, this camera is really the bomb, y'all. I like it. What y'all think? Mhm. Oh, you're absolutely welcome, Sting of the Black Scorpion. I have truly enjoyed you all so much. I really have. And I look forward to, I'm trying to grow my page, and I thank every one of you all for coming in and supporting me. And I thank Sharita so much for guiding y'all over to me, and I thank you all just for the motivation. And I'm so, honored and grateful to have you all in my life, to be blessed with you all, and to take this opportunity to grow and, do what we do. Ain't that right, y'all? So, um, yeah, this is where I'm gonna be at. I need a break from Facebook. They don't do right. I need a break from them. I do, and I love the. I just love the support. Um, it's the energy that I get here. And when I started over here, I was going live a lot, and I stopped because it was just too much going on, and I couldn't. I had to process it another way, and it just wasn't time then. Now was my time. So here I am. But thank y'all for joining me. And until some in a few hours, I'll see y'all later. Love y'all.